Gary Hess, News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia.
9:33, the experiment. 9:33, the experiment with Rich Herrera. The 9:33 experiment. 9:33.
All right, we call this the 9:33 experiment. Completely unscripted. We just go. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how good this is going to be.
We just go.
Right? Here's what we're talking about on the 9:33 experiment today. As we get ready to celebrate July 1st, now, I read you the list of all these new laws we have going on in the Commonwealth of Virginia. You can no longer use styrofoam containers at a restaurant. Your to-go cannot be in styrofoam. And I went back to all these gun laws yesterday that are now into effect, and I don't know which ones are working and which ones aren't. So I think this is a point that we look at, and we might look back in the history of this Commonwealth. Are we going in the right direction? Are we going in the right direction right now? I'm opening up the phone lines for you. It's a simple question. Is this Commonwealth heading the right way, or is it heading the wrong way? Pretty simple. Everybody should have an opinion on that. And again, I don't know. The phone lines might blow up. Phone lines might not. Text messages might blow up. Text messages might not. People may agree with me. People may not. I don't care. That's why we call it an experiment. Completely unscripted. So here's the number. If you care to join us, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Just going to ask you a real quick, simple question. Is the Commonwealth of Virginia heading in the right direction? Yes or no, and why? Is the Commonwealth of Virginia heading in the right direction? Yes or no, and why? I think the Commonwealth of Virginia, the more and more I look at it, and the more and more I see, I think the Commonwealth of Virginia is headed towards more California. I think the Commonwealth of Virginia is going to follow in the footsteps of the great blue state of California. I think the Commonwealth of Virginia, under the leadership that we have in the General Assembly, is going to slingshot past California. And I'll give you a couple reasons why, but I want to hear from you. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. When you have a General Assembly that worked that hard to find that much money to spend, that they fought to find that $1.2 billion, that's one thing. And if they were going to use that $1.2 billion to have pork barrel projects, I'd go, okay, that's just typical Democratic tax and spend. But that's not what they did. They found all that money in the budget by, figuring out how much more money they would be able to take from you and me and the data centers and all the rest. But what happened was they took that money and they put it aside for a slush fund.
John.
When they put it aside for a slush fund, I'm like, well, wait a minute. This isn't even tax and spend. This is you putting it aside for a slush fund so you could use it. And by the way, you've done nothing but create more bureaucracy. For the governor that ran on, let's lower the prices. I don't see how this budget, I don't see how everything we have going into this fiscal year has lowered anybody's prices or lowered the cost of anything. I know my electric bill's going up today thanks to the regional greenhouse gas initiative. I know that I don't know what my rules are and what the law is when it comes to my Second Amendment rights. I know that there's more bureaucracy that we have right now. And by the way, I'm now going to have to pay for family and medical leave for everybody else. And they put together a bureaucracy to run that. I know there's a lot of things that I see that's hurtling us towards a very California-like Virginia. And therefore, my whole idea of don't CA my VA, pretty close. It's closer than you would have imagined. So I want to know from you this morning, 833-804-1140, are we going in the right direction or the wrong direction? And tell me why you feel that way. Let's start with John on line one. John, welcome. You're on the 933 experiment on News Radio WRVA. Hello.
Love being a guinea pig.
You'll be great. Don't worry.
we are not headed in the right direction.
Okay.
We had a good Virginia government that was creating surplus, bringing in jobs. The current governor ran on a platform making everything more affordable. All these additional taxes they're putting on are making things more affordable.
So we got sold, hey, we're going to be bipartisan. Hey, we're going to lower the cost of everything. I don't know where the cost of anything has been lowered yet. And again, hey, I'm a proud conservative. I'm unapologetically American, and I'm proud of this country, and I'm very conservative. But I'll look and do my research. I'm trying to figure out where my cost of living, because I'm just like you. I live paycheck to paycheck, and there's times where my wife says, hey, hotshot, knock it off. We don't have that much money, and we don't get paid till Friday. We all live that way. Where have I seen anybody at Capitol Square do anything to help me make ends meet until I get my paycheck on Friday?
You haven't.
Joe.
They're increasing the cost of everything.
And that's
because
the part.
They're giving away our money to people who are not adding to the economy.
Well, okay, I'm going to thank you for the call. I appreciate that. So that's one vote for we're going in the wrong direction. Let me go to Joe and see what's on his. Is it Joe next? All right, Joe on line 2. Welcome. You're on the 933 Experiment on News Radio WRVA. Is Virginia heading in the right direction or the wrong direction, and why?
In general, the wrong direction.
Tell me why.
Well, we could just take our current governor, Abigail Spanberger.
Okay.
Kind of goes back to what you said. She's going to lower costs, blah, 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 blah. First thing out of her mouth is she's raising taxes. You know, the thing about guns. Second Amendment is very explicit, you know, and on top of that, we hired, I didn't vote for her, but she's ex-CIA, which means she's a professional liar.
Well, okay, but hold on a second. Let's not make it personal about her. I'm talking about the direction of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Are we leaning towards? Okay, so I'll ask you. Let me put it to you this way. And by the way, when it comes, and I don't mean to cut you off with the CIA thing, we've actually had a CIA case officer on here that says I can't tell whether she's using tradecraft or something else. He said just keep an eye on what she's doing. So let's respectfully throw that out there, because I can't say that she's lying, but I can say she says one thing, but then there's a little bit of wiggle room which allows her to do something else. I think that's probably more of a clear assessment of what I see from her. Like she says, okay, we're going to be we're not a sanctuary city, but we're not going to cooperate with ICE unless they get a judicial warrant, which the administration should know. ICE doesn't work with judicial warrants because they take care of civil penalties or civil offenses, not criminal. So it's a way of saying one thing and not actually following through with it. But here's what I want to ask you, I guess, and here's the bottom line. Is Virginia more like California or more like Florida right now in the way that we're heading?
Oh, definitely. More like California.
Tell me. Okay, so that's the part where I really want to get to. Tell me why.
Everything we just talked about, and other things we haven't talked about.
Like,
more and more regulation that accomplishes absolutely the exact opposite of what the average tax-paying citizen wants.
Right.
Everything we said is exactly what's going on.
All right. I think I see where you're going, and I agree with you. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. That opens up a phone line for you, 833-804-1140. Now, I know there's some people, and I'm starting to hear from them on the James River Air text line. They think that we're going in the right direction. They like the direction that Florida's going, and I'm going to be honest with you. The majority of Virginians voted for this, so as you and I might be frustrated right now, there's a whole bunch of Virginians, and I see them driving down the road with their Spanberger for governor stickers the back of their car. They're happy with the direction that we're going. They're happy with the direction we're going. So again, I'd love to hear from you today. 833-804-1140. Are we going in the right direction? Yes or no? Are we headed towards being the next California, or are we heading towards the next Florida? Somebody said, "Hey, Rich, it's called living within your means. Idiots live paycheck to paycheck." That's really fun to say when you have unexpected bills that come up and and the price of inflation that hits the roof. But again, there's people that think we're going in the right direction. There's people that think we're going in the right direction. Yeah, okay, gas went up, this went up, inflation went up, but we're going in the right direction. Here's a couple things I'll look at that I'll tell you that I think we're hurtling in the wrong direction. How many businesses do you see moving into Virginia? How much is our economy going to expand here in Virginia? How many times do you see a new business deciding they want to make their headquarters here in Virginia versus how many times do you see them wanting to move to Tennessee? If you're a businessman, would you move your business to Tennessee or to Virginia? Somebody said, you know why you have all those unexpected bills is you spend too much money on tennis shoes and hats. That's true. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140.
Farmer John.
1140. Let's go to Farmer John next on line one. Welcome. You're on the 933 experiment.
What's up, Hoffs?
Hey, Farmer John, how are you?
I'm percolating. How about yourself?
He's percolating. I like that. All right. What do you got for me?
Are you talking about this spam burglar? And that's about what she is, because she can't answer a question. She can only make statements. And the only thing she knows how to do is taxes and rob the government one way or another. And this is her pathway to the presidency. You know that, right?
Well, I think that she does have. I think that she does have aspirations. I think there's a lot of people in Capitol Square that have aspirations. I spend a lot of time there. I see people that have aspirations for higher office. So I think you're right there. Have we seen a huge increase in taxes? I don't know if I've seen a huge increase in taxes, but I've seen little pieces of taxes that aren't doing anything to lower the cost of anything.
Well, as far as lowering the cost, that's not something she's aiming at. Her aim is to make the socialists and the moderates happy. As far as conservatives, that's not her agenda.
But she never ran as someone who said, I'm going to, I mean, she didn't run. You're, as a conservative, you're not part of her base, are you?
No, because I'm a deplorable, you know.
Well, okay. So let me flip this around on you. When Glenn Youngkin was in the governor's office, did you want him to make liberals and progressives happy?
I don't think so.
Right. So I mean, listen, if you're in the opposition party, that just comes with the territory, right?
Right. I mean, there's no such thing as making everybody happy, but you got to find a medium there somewhere.
That's where I'm getting to. Like people could call her all kinds of names and, oh, she's a liar, she's in the CIA, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't help bring anybody together. And that's what I really would wish we could do at the General Assembly. Bipartisanship, finding things that you can work on together. But to me, when I'm down there and I watch these people, it seems like, hey, we've got all the rules over here. We've got all the votes. Let's run wild over here to the left. And that's what I see them doing over there. And I'm wondering, are they going to hurtle us towards being the next California? Or will someone with common sense look to see how do we become more like Florida? They're one of the most prosperous states where people are moving there in droves to be part of what they're doing. Tennessee, they're moving there in droves to be there. Nevada, they're moving there left and right to be part of what they're doing. How many people are you seeing like, I've got to run to Virginia. I want to be part of what Virginia has going on right now. And I don't see that many. I think that's the big thing. All right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. We could take more of your telephone calls. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140, or you can hit us up on the James River text line. Legislators acting like a bunch of teenagers in a wild spending spree. California, here we come.
Another John.
All right, let's go to John, a different John on line one. John, welcome. You're on the 933 experiment. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's up?
She's definitely taking this state in the wrong direction.
Tell me how.
Okay. She doesn't know the meaning of affordability. You increase the taxes on Dominion and for the carbon crap, and they're going to pass those on to you. Here's a good point. Last year, most Virginians got a $200 check from the state.
I remember
Correct?
that.
It's gone, buddy. It ain't coming back.
Well, Glenn Youngkin left the state with a surplus. And you know what? And honestly, a surplus was, hey, listen, I'm going to overestimate this, underestimate that, but you ran it and you just didn't spend every single dollar. A surplus is still, hey, you guys took more money out of our pockets than you actually spent. That's my money. Give it back to me, darn it. A refund is not something to be celebrated. A refund is, hey, do a better job of managing our money. But what I'm seeing now is not only do Glenn Youngkin leave us with the surplus, that's gone. These people have gone out to find another $1.2 billion, a $1.2 billion to spend that wasn't in the budget. And what are they using it for? A slush fund to pay for things in case Donald Trump makes more cuts or the economy goes bad. So they're actually going to say, hey, John, I'm going to take money out of your pocket. I'm going to hold it over here in case something happens. That's not good stewardship of our money. They're pulling money aside because they want to give $160 million to people that had temporary Obamacare subsidies that lost them, even though they knew they were temporary at the time. Like I say, I use the analogy. It's like when I let my sister-in-law use my Netflix password. I told her she could use it for the weekend. Now she expects she can keep it for the rest of her life. Those are temporary, but your tax dollars with this General Assembly and this governor will go spend money on those subsidies that we knew were temporary.
Right. Democrats have an agenda, sir, and they don't care about you. They are going to do their agenda.
Do they care about their constituents? Because it's not just them, it's the people that voted for them. Or even more importantly, here's what I think, it's the people that didn't show up to vote for Winsome Earl Sears.
Be true, but I'm sorry.
No, I hear you.
Are stupid.
I hear you.
Didn't see this coming?
I don't think people did, to be honest with you. I will tell you this. I think Governor Spanberger ran an excellent campaign. I think she ran a tremendous campaign. And I think a lot of people are like, yeah, look, she's a mom, she's this, she's that. I think she ran an excellent campaign. That's why she got elected. I think she ran a better campaign than Winsome Earl Sears. That's why she's our governor. And now, for those that followed and watched the campaign and were swayed by the ads, the question is, are we going in the right direction or the wrong direction? This has been fun. All right, that's going to wrap up everything for the program for today, right? Dave, you telling me it's time to wrap it up? All right. One more show this week, and then we'll take Friday off for the 4th of July, and then we're back on Monday. And like I said, I'm so excited for what we're going to see at the 4th of July. I can't wait, and I'll share all of that with you when we get back from the Washington Monument. All right, time for our national anthem. It's brought to you by Freedom Services and Training, the biggest little gun store in town, located in Mechanicsville. Again, thank you so much for being part of this radio show. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'm going to post all the photos from the Washington Monument. There are going to be some big speeches right there in the reception area that I'm going to, and they're also going to light up the Washington Monument like they did on January 1st. So I'll take lots of pictures, post those for you on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram at Rich for America, Rich the number 4 America on Instagram, and I'll share all that with you. All right, there's a reason we get up early every morning. And for me, it's because I believe in my family and I believe in standing up for this country. That's why we get up every morning to do Richmond's Morning News. I just want to wish all of you, if you're going out of town, we're not going to see you tomorrow, a happy Independence Day. Thanks for joining us. It's News Radio WRVA.
Please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America.